If you're planning a trip to Amsterdam, don't just scratch the surface. This city hides stories, views, and experiences most visitors completely miss. From secret canals to golden masterpieces and rooftop adventures, Amsterdam is full of surprises. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll discover an Amsterdam you've never seen before. Inside Amsterdam's Rijksmuseum, 800 years of art and stories. It's more than a museum. It's a time machine. Step through the grand arches of the Rijksmuseum, and you're stepping into 8 centuries of Dutch history. Every hall, every painting, every whisper of color tells a story of a nation shaped by art, light, and innovation. Standing tall on Museum Plain, this national treasure holds over 1 million artworks and artifacts, spread across more than 250 galleries. But among them, a few names draw visitors from all over the world: Rembrandt, Vermeer, and Van Gogh. Inside, the air changes, softer, almost reverent. You move closer to Rembrandt's Night Watch, and for a moment, the world slows down. The painting's immense detail and emotion make it feel alive, as if the figures could step out of the frame at any second. A few rooms away, Vermeer's quiet light bathes a different kind of world. Intimate, still, poetic. And when you find Van Gogh's early works, you sense the restless genius that would later explode in color and emotion. But the art is only part of the experience. The building itself is a masterpiece, designed by Pierre Cuypers, who blended neo-Gothic and neo-Renaissance styles into a palace of art that opened in 1885. Walk through its central atrium, and you'll see light pouring down through glass ceilings, illuminating a space that feels both historic and timeless. The Rijksmuseum was originally founded in 1798 in The Hague, before being moved to Amsterdam by King Louis Napoleon in 1808. After a massive renovation, it reopened in 2013, brighter, grander, and more immersive than ever. Admission is free for visitors under 18, and once you're inside, you can stay until closing time at 5 p.m. Use the free Rijksmuseum app to guide your visit or listen to the stories behind each masterpiece in English. Insider tip: the Rijksmuseum is one of Amsterdam's busiest attractions, and tickets often sell out days in advance. To make sure you don't miss out, book your tickets ahead of time. Right now, you'll see 2 QR codes on your screen, one for Get Your Guide and one for Vider.com, both trusted platforms where you can secure your entry today, or if you prefer, you can find the direct links in the description below this video. Don't wait until you're in Amsterdam to plan it. The Rijksmuseum is one of those places you'll remember for a lifetime. Why every traveler should visit the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam. Few places in the world let you step so deeply into the soul of an artist. At the Van Gogh Museum in Amsterdam, you don't just see Vincent's art, you feel his life. Here, inside the sleek, light-filled galleries on Museum Plein, lies the largest collection of Van Gogh's works anywhere in the world. More than 200 paintings, 500 drawings, and 750 letters that trace his journey from hopeful student to tormented genius. You'll stand face to face with the raw humanity of the potato eaters, the fragile hope of almond blossom, and the luminous joy of sunflowers. Each canvas feels like a page from his diary, painted not with brushstrokes, but with emotion. The museum itself tells a story too. It opened in 1973, designed by Dutch architect Gerrit Rietveld, with a later exhibition wing by Japanese designer Kisho Kurokawa. Together, they created a space that feels both serene and spiritual, a perfect reflection of Van Gogh's delicate balance between chaos and beauty. As you wander through the galleries, you don't just follow his artistic evolution. From the dark realism of his early years to the bright, swirling color of his final days, you also sense his struggle, the isolation, the search for meaning, the endless drive to capture beauty even in pain. It's intimate, it's emotional, and for many visitors, it's unforgettable. Plan about 1 to 2 hours for your visit, longer if you want to dive into temporary exhibitions or simply sit and absorb the atmosphere. There's also a lovely cafe and a museum shop with art-inspired souvenirs that make perfect gifts. Practical tips. The Van Gogh Museum is one of Amsterdam's most visited attractions, and you can't just walk in. You'll need to book a timed entry ticket online. Try to go early in the morning or later in the afternoon to avoid the biggest crowds. Photography is limited inside, so check the signs before snapping pictures. And if you're exploring multiple museums in one day, remember the Van Gogh Museum is just steps away from the Rijksmuseum, perfect to combine in one itinerary. Insider tip. Tickets often sell out days in advance, especially during weekends and holidays. That's why we recommend booking your tickets online right now, to secure your time slot and skip the long waiting lines once you're in Amsterdam. On your screen, you'll see 2 QR codes, one for Get Your Guide and one for Viator.com, both trusted platforms where you can book your tickets safely today. You'll also find the direct links in the video description below, so you can plan your visit before you go. Because missing the Van Gogh Museum would mean missing one of the most emotional, inspiring experiences Amsterdam has to offer. If you enjoyed this video so far, give it a like. And don't forget to subscribe to the Traveler's Atlas for more city adventures, travel tips, and inspiration from around the world. The Anne Frank House, Amsterdam's most powerful place to visit. There's a silence inside the Anne Frank House that words can't quite describe. It's the kind of silence that feels alive, heavy with memory, fragile with truth. Behind an ordinary bookshelf on Prinsengracht 263, Anne Frank and her family hid for more than 2 years during the Nazi occupation of the Netherlands. Along with 4 others, they lived in the cramped, secret annex, cut off from the world, yet connected to it through the words of a teenage girl who never stopped hoping. Here, in these narrow rooms, Anne wrote the diary that would become one of the most powerful voices of the 20th century, a voice that still echoes through these walls. The museum doesn't recreate their living space with furniture or decoration. Instead, it leaves the rooms bare, just light, shadow, and silence. A deliberate choice by Anne's father, Otto Frank, who wanted visitors to feel the emptiness of what was lost. As you move through the annex, every creaking floorboard and every step on the narrow staircase feels sacred. You pass through the movable bookcase that once hid the entrance, and suddenly, history isn't something you're reading about. It's something you're inside. The exhibition tells more than just Anne's story. Through photos, original artifacts, and personal letters, it also reflects on persecution, discrimination, and the dangers of intolerance. It's emotional, it's uncomfortable, but it's unforgettable. The Anne Frank House opened as a museum in 1960, preserving both the story and the space. It stands as a living reminder of courage and humanity, not only about the past, but also about the choices we face today. The visit takes about 1 hour, though many people stay longer, taking quiet moments to absorb what they've seen. Photography is not allowed inside, out of respect for the experience. Insider tip: tickets for the Anne Frank House are only available online, and they sell out weeks in advance. It's not possible to buy them at the door, so plan ahead. On your screen, you'll see 2 QR codes, one for Get Your Guide and one for Viator.com. Both trusted platforms where you can secure your tickets today and make sure you don't miss this powerful experience. The Anne Frank House isn't just a museum, it's a moment of reflection, a reminder of the strength of hope, even in the darkest times. Why a canal cruise is the most iconic thing to do in Amsterdam. If there's one thing that defines Amsterdam, it's water. The canals are the city's lifelines, elegant ribbons of history that have shaped life here for more than 400 years. Sailing through them feels like drifting back in time. Built during the Dutch Golden Age in the 17th century, the iconic Canal Belt, with its graceful half-moon design, was a masterpiece of urban planning. The Herengracht, Keizersgracht, and Prinsengracht were carefully carved to manage water, defend the city, and move goods. Today, they tell the story of a thriving merchant city that became one of Europe's great trading powers. But from the water, it's not history books you're reading. It's the city itself. You float past rows of narrow, tilting canal houses, each one different, each one with a story. Their reflections shimmer in the water as your boat glides beneath more than 1,500 bridges, each arch framing another postcard-perfect view. The UNESCO World Heritage designation isn't just for show. This is one of the most beautiful cityscapes in the world. By boat, you see Amsterdam as it was meant to be seen, calm, poetic, and endlessly photogenic. Whether you choose a classic one-hour cruise, a romantic evening tour, or a wine and cheese boat gliding under illuminated bridges, it's a must-do experience. Not just sightseeing, but a gentle immersion in the city's rhythm. The audio guide tells you stories of trade, art, and daily life as you pass by landmarks like the Westerkerk, the Anne Frank House, and the Rijksmuseum. You'll hear how the canals once bustled with merchants and barges, and how they still define the city's identity today. Practical tips. Most canal cruises last around an hour, and boats depart throughout the day from spots near Central Station, Damrak, or the Museum Plain area. If you can, book your ticket in advance to pick your preferred time and avoid long lines, especially in summer, when boats fill up fast. Daytime cruises give you the best view of Amsterdam's architecture, but in the evening when the bridges and houses light up, it's pure magic. Many boats are covered and offer audio commentary in multiple languages, so weather won't ruin your experience. And if you're planning a busy sightseeing day, a canal cruise is the perfect way to rest your feet while still seeing the best of the city. No trip to Amsterdam is complete without seeing it from the water. That's why we recommend booking your canal cruise online before you go. It's the one experience you don't want to miss. Right now, you'll see 2 QR codes on your screen, one for Get Your Guide and one for Viator.com. 2 trusted platforms where you can find and book a variety of canal cruises, from day tours to romantic evening sailings. Because to truly understand Amsterdam, you have to see it from the water. A peaceful escape in the city, exploring Amsterdam's Vondelpark. If you ever need a break from Amsterdam's buzzing streets, head to Vondelpark, the city's green heart and its most beloved escape. Spanning nearly 120 acres, Vondelpark isn't just a park, it's a way of life. Locals jog, cycle, picnic, or simply stretch out in the grass while the city hums quietly in the distance. The air feels lighter here, filled with laughter, music, and the smell of coffee drifting from nearby cafes. Opened in 1865 as the Nieuwe Park, it was later renamed after the Dutch poet Joost van den Vondel, whose statue still stands proudly near the center. The park was designed by John David Zocher and his son, inspired by the flowing curves of English landscape gardens, a design meant to feel natural and poetic. Today, it welcomes more than 10 million visitors each year, yet somehow, it never loses its calm. Winding paths lead past shimmering ponds, hidden sculptures, and even a Picasso statue, one of the park's hidden gems. In summer, the open-air theater comes alive with free or low-cost performances, from local bands to open-air plays, turning lazy afternoons into unforgettable evenings. Families gather on picnic blankets, kids run through the grass, and the whole park seems to breathe in rhythm with the city's joy. It's also a perfect stop between museums, just a short walk from the Van Gogh Museum or the Rijksmuseum. You can rent a bike nearby, grab a sandwich or a drink at De Blauwe Theehuis, or simply sit by one of the ponds and watch Amsterdam go by. Come early in the morning for peace and quiet, or later in the day when locals fill the park with life. Either way, it's one of those places where you can slow down, take a breath, and feel connected to nature, to the city, and to yourself. A fun fact: because the park was built on peat soil, parts of it slowly sink over time. A reminder that even this serene oasis is alive and changing. Vondelpark isn't just a place to visit, it's a feeling, calm, beautiful, and unmistakably Amsterdam. Want to make the most of your trip to Amsterdam? Download our free Amsterdam travel guide, packed with insider tips, must-see spots, hidden gems, and the best local experiences. Just scan the QR code on your screen or check the link in the description to get your free copy and start planning your perfect Amsterdam adventure today. Step inside the Royal Palace. Power, art, and history in the heart of Amsterdam. Right in the heart of Amsterdam, surrounded by the lively energy of Dam Square, stands a building that has witnessed centuries of Dutch history, the Royal Palace of Amsterdam. At first glance, it feels timeless, grand, symmetrical, built in pale sandstone that glows in the afternoon light. But step inside, and you step straight into the Dutch Golden Age, a time when Amsterdam was the richest city in the world, and this palace was its proud centerpiece. Originally built as the town hall in 1648, the building was designed by architect Jacob van Campen and was considered one of the greatest non-religious buildings in Europe. To support its massive weight on Amsterdam's soft, swampy soil, more than 13,000 wooden piles were driven deep into the ground, an incredible feat of 17th century engineering. When you enter, the first thing that takes your breath away is the Burgerzaal, or Citizens' Hall, a soaring chamber of marble and light. Look down, and you'll see maps of the world carved into the floor, a symbol of Amsterdam's global influence during the Golden Age. Look up, and you'll find Atlas, the mythic figure holding the heavens on his shoulders, towering above the roofline as if guarding the city below. Every detail here was designed to impress, from the marble statues that represent justice and wisdom to the intricate ceilings painted by Ferdinand Bol and Govert Flinck, both students of Rembrandt. It wasn't built as a palace of royalty, but as a palace of the people, a monument to the power and prosperity of the Dutch Republic. In 1808, everything changed. Louis Napoleon, brother of Napoleon Bonaparte, turned the town hall into his royal residence. Since then, it has remained the official palace of the Dutch monarchy, still used today for royal events and state receptions. When the royal family isn't hosting dignitaries, the palace opens its doors to the public. Visitors can wander through its majestic halls, admire its art, and imagine the ceremonies that once filled these rooms with candlelight and music. The palace is perfectly located for travelers, right on Dam Square, surrounded by cafes, shops, and historic landmarks. It's easy to combine with a stroll through the Old Town or a canal cruise just a few minutes away. For the best experience, visit earlier in the day before the square gets crowded. And if you look closely at the architecture, you'll see how the building's classical lines and symbolic sculptures reflect a deep belief in reason, order, and civic pride, the very ideals that shaped Amsterdam itself. The Royal Palace on Dam Square isn't just a royal residence. It's a masterpiece of art, history, and power, standing as proudly today as it did 4 centuries ago, at the very heart of the city that built it. Inside the original Heineken Brewery, the ultimate Amsterdam experience. In a city filled with world-class art and timeless history, sometimes you need a change of pace, something fun, interactive, and unmistakably Dutch. That's where the Heineken experience comes in. Housed inside the original Heineken Brewery, this attraction takes you deep into the story of one of the world's most famous beers, and the family behind it. Here, in the very building where Gerard Adriaan Heineken started brewing back in 1864, you can see how a small Amsterdam operation grew into a global icon. The brewery was active until 1988, when production moved elsewhere, and the site was transformed into what it is today, a modern, immersive experience that mixes history, technology, and of course, beer. As you walk through the old copper brewing kettles and the original fermentation rooms, you'll learn how Heineken is made, from pure water and barley to the signature Heineken A yeast that gives it its distinctive taste. But this isn't just a museum tour. It's part show, part ride, and part celebration. The The 4D brewing experience lets you feel what it's like to be the beer. Yes, really, as you follow its journey from brewing to bottling in a fun, cinematic simulation. You'll also find interactive exhibits where you can design your own Heineken label, explore vintage advertisements, and see how the green bottle became one of the most recognizable symbols in the world. And of course, the experience ends in the best possible way, at the bar. Your ticket includes a cold Heineken, served straight from the tap, where you can sit back, relax, and raise a glass to Amsterdam's brewing heritage. If you want to avoid long lines, it's smart to book your ticket in advance, especially during weekends and holidays. Time slots can sell out quickly, and walk-ins are often not available. Right now, you'll see 2 QR codes on your screen, one for Get Your Guide and one for Viator.com, 2 trusted platforms where you can easily book your Heineken experience tickets online and secure your time slot before your trip. Inside the red light district, where history and modern culture collide. In the heart of Old Amsterdam, where medieval alleys meet glowing red windows, lies De Wallen, the city's most famous and misunderstood neighborhood. It's easy to think of this as just the red light district, but it's much more than that. This is Amsterdam's oldest quarter, dating back to the 14th century, a place that has evolved with the city itself, from a busy port district where sailors came to rest, to a neighborhood that reflects Amsterdam's long history of trade, tolerance, and transformation. Walking through De Wallen is walking through contrasts. By day, you'll see the narrow canals lined with centuries-old houses, small bridges, and the quiet beauty of the Oude Kerk, the city's oldest church, standing right at the center of it all. The calm of its Gothic interior feels worlds away from the neon lights outside. By night, the atmosphere changes. Red lights glow behind old windows, music spills from bars and cafes, and the streets buzz with curious travelers. It's chaotic, alive, and undeniably unique, a vivid reminder of Amsterdam's open-minded spirit. But even here, there's order and respect. Photography of sex workers is strictly forbidden, and visitors are expected to be mindful. This isn't a theme park, but a real community where people live and work. The name De Wallen comes from the old city walls that once stood here, and the canals that now trace their shape. Over the centuries, this area became a symbol of Amsterdam's pragmatic approach, acknowledging human realities rather than hiding them. Since 2000, prostitution has been fully legalized and regulated in the Netherlands, making De Wallen not only a tourist attraction, but a social statement about transparency and safety. It's best to come during the day if you want to explore the architecture and sense the neighborhood's history, or after dark if you want to see the district's modern face under the glow of red and gold lights. Either way, keep your belongings close, stay aware, and approach the area with curiosity, not judgment. For many visitors, it's not the prettiest part of Amsterdam, but it's one of the most unforgettable. Because here, amid the red lights and narrow canals, you see the city as it truly is, honest, historic, and unafraid to show every side of itself. Local life in the Jordaan, where Amsterdam feels authentic. Just west of Amsterdam's main canals lies a neighborhood that feels like another world. Peaceful, creative, and unmistakably local. This is De Jordaan, one of the city's most beloved and atmospheric districts. Once a working-class quarter built in the 17th century, De Jordaan has transformed over the centuries from humble beginnings into one of Amsterdam's most charming and desirable areas. The name Jordaan may come from the French word jardin, meaning garden, and it's easy to see why. Many of its streets are named after flowers and plants, and hidden courtyards called hofjes offer quiet green sanctuaries behind old facades. Wander through its narrow lanes and small canals, and you'll discover a mix of old and new, cozy brown cafes where locals still gather, small art galleries, boutique shops, and markets that fill the streets with color and conversation. On Saturday mornings, the Noordermarkt and Lindengracht market come alive with stalls selling fresh produce, flowers, antiques, and local treats, perfect for soaking in the neighborhood's relaxed rhythm. What makes the Jordaan so special is its balance, lively yet calm, historic yet modern. You might hear old Dutch folk songs drifting from a cafe, while just around the corner, a young artist displays contemporary paintings in a small gallery. It's a district that captures the real spirit of Amsterdam, creative, welcoming, and proudly independent. The Jordaan's origins date back to around 1612, when it was built as part of Amsterdam's expansion and home to artisans and immigrants. For centuries, it remained a modest area, but today, after generations of renewal, it's one of the city's most desirable places to live. For a perfect visit, come in the morning or early afternoon when the light hits the canals just right and the streets are calm, or visit on a weekend when the markets and terraces bring the Jordaan to life. Stop at a classic brown cafe for a coffee by the water, or just sit on a bench and watch the locals go by. Here, you're not just visiting Amsterdam, you're living it. De Jordaan isn't a landmark you check off your list, it's a neighborhood you feel. It's the heartbeat of local Amsterdam, where charm hides in every alley and every corner tells a story. The best view in Amsterdam, Amsterdam Lookout Tower. If you want to see Amsterdam from a completely new perspective, head north across the water to the Amsterdam Lookout, a thrilling mix of panoramic views, design, and adrenaline. Standing 330 feet, about 100 meters, above the city, this observation deck offers a full 360-degree view over Amsterdam, from the historic Canal belt to the harbor, the IJ River, and the endless Dutch skyline stretching beyond. It's one of the few places where you can truly grasp how the city is built around its waterways. The tower itself has a story to tell. Originally constructed in 1971 as a headquarters for Royal Dutch Shell, the building was reinvented in 2016 as the Amsterdam Tower, short for Amsterdam Dance and Music, symbolizing the city's creative, modern pulse. Today, it's home to restaurants, bars, offices, a hotel, and this spectacular observation deck that has become one of Amsterdam's most exciting attractions. The experience begins before you even reach the top. You'll take a futuristic elevator ride with lights and sound effects that launch you straight up to the rooftop in seconds. And when the doors open, you're met with that breathtaking view. But for thrill seekers, there's something even more daring: the over-the-edge swing. Strapped into a harness, you literally swing out over the edge of the building, legs dangling high above the city. It's Europe's highest swing, and it's both terrifying and exhilarating, a moment you won't forget. If you prefer something calmer, there's an indoor platform with floor-to-ceiling windows, a cozy bar, and even a VR experience that lets you fly over Amsterdam. Around sunset, it's pure magic. The canals turn golden, lights begin to twinkle, and the city seems to breathe below you. Plan to spend about 1 to 2 hours here, depending on whether you try the swing or stay for a drink at Madame Sky Bar or the Panorama restaurant. If you're looking for something truly special, the Moon restaurant one floor below actually rotates, giving you a changing view of Amsterdam as you dine. Visit during the daytime for the clearest views, or come at sunset for a spectacular golden glow over the canals. Either way, it's unforgettable. The Amsterdam Lookout isn't just an observation deck. It's a celebration of Amsterdam's spirit, bold, creative, and always a little adventurous. If you want to discover even more of Amsterdam, make sure to check out our other videos, from hidden gems to the city's most iconic sights. Your next adventure starts right here.